Okay guys, so we've got a really fun one for you today because once again, it is time for us to bring you along and show you our newest old vintage sewing machines that we have brought home for our collection. It's been about a month, I think, since we did this last time, and we've been very busy since then, scouring and hunting through all of the thrift stores and antique secondhand shops. And I think that this time around, this is about the most eclectic, interesting, and unique set of sewing machines that I think we've brought home in a time span so far in our young little journey here and the sewing machine journey that we're on. So I'm really excited to show you what we've got. We've got kind of every color and size and shape and era, everything from like 1930 to like 1975, green and brown and blue and gray, and we've got American and German and Japanese. We've just kind of running the gamut here. So I think we've got 9, everything from here over is new. These ones over here you guys have all seen before. This is just kind of where they live. So that's just, we've seen those before, but everything from here over is all new. And man, I just can't wait to show you guys what we've got. And so let me get a table in here so I can bring them out one at a time and kind of give you a good look at them, and we'll get started and show you all of our goodies. Okay, so our first beauty right here is this awesome, I think maybe, I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s machine that came in this nice little, almost like a Rubbermaid case. And look at this beauty. This wonderful avocado green and brown wood paneling situation we got here. This is says Aldens on it, but I've never really heard of an Aldens machine, which is why I like this, is because I'm always on the hunt for something I've never seen before, and just look at it, it's super cool looking. So what do you find out about the Aldens machine?
I did find out that Aldens was a Chicago-based catalog company, and I believe they sold many different models of machines through their catalog system over the years.
Oh, kind of like a Sears catalog.
Exactly. Sears, JCPenney's catalogs, yes.
So Aldens is not the brand?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a Japanese-made machine that just put the Aldens badge on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. All right. Well, it looks like it basically does buttonholes and zigzags and straight stitch. So it's basically like a late 60s maybe version
I'm guessing, yes.
of a buttonhole or zigzagger machine.
Yes.
And that's kind of what it's made for, I guess. Pretty basic and simple, but
yeah.
Wow, look how cool. It doesn't look like there's hardly any use on this machine. It's in such good shape. Now, all of these machines that we're showing you today are fresh from the thrift store or wherever we got them from. We haven't dusted them, we haven't cleaned them, we plug them in and test them to see if they have power and if the motor works. That's really it. So, we haven't done anything to this machine or any of them. So they all have a full revival to do and go through, and a maintenance upgrade on them. So let us know in the comments, have you seen one of these? Have you used one of these? How fun, right? And if along the journey here, if there's any of these machines that we show you today that you would like to see us do a maintenance video or a review on, let us know, and that'll be fun. We'll try to work that out.
That would be fun, for sure.
We can't do them all because we've got quite a few, but we try to pick the cool ones and do a cool video on them. So couple cool things about this one, the other than just all of the cool chrome or nickel plating or whatever it is on this. Is all in such good shape, but it's got your basic bobbin winder. This is really interesting. It says BH. What do you figure that means?
I think that's a buttonholer.
BH buttonhole. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And the way you work this is you work this lever and it spins this.
And those are little buttonhole pictures on that dial. They're
right.
Like different kinds of buttonholes, I guess it'll do.
And it snaps back into MANU, which I would assume means manual.
Manual. Yeah.
But what, taking you back to the straight
back
stitch,
to a
right?
straight stitch, I'm assuming.
Really neat. And then over here we've got BS. Would that be
blind stitch?
Blind stitch and manual.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can kind of like our Singer 223 has a blind stitch switch, and it does like a dot 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 over dot 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 over. That's a blind stitch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super neat. I just think that's really cool. Everything else seems to work really well. I just think it's a beautiful example of maybe late 60s, early 70s. Or maybe even early 60s. I don't know. We couldn't really find out, right?
Well, I couldn't really find any information on this particular machine.
But it's super free.
So yeah, I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s, just mainly by the styling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so cool.
Has the same kind of Rubbermaid base as our white. Was it a 227 or a 7? I forgot what that was.
I can't remember.
Great White.
The Great White.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same era.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't ever break or rust or, go bad. So I like that a lot.
Right.
And now the motor is encased, and I don't remember, were we able to figure out the motor size on this?
No, there's no sticker or anything
Right.
telling the motor size, but we did plug it in and test it. And
What did
it did
test that?
tested a 1.2 amp.
1.2 amp draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice size motor.
Yeah.
So this thing is, was built, I think, with the intention of being able to chew through some stuff. So,
yeah, for sure.
Pretty
It
cool.
looks like a tank, and it's about as heavy as a tank as well.
Yeah, it's not a super light machine for sure.
Yeah, it's just so cool though. It looks like it's straight out of the Brady Bunch show, honestly.
Yeah, with the wood paneling and the green.
Yeah,
for sure. The old, what we grew up with, the old
Yeah.
TV shows.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what else it reminds me of? When I first saw it, you remember that movie, the Chevy Chase movie, the National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yeah.
Do you remember the original one where they went in that green and brown station wagon?
Oh yeah.
I think it was called maybe a truckster.
Yeah, for sure.
They launched it off the highway ramp into the desert.
Yeah, it does look like
It
that.
has the same wood paneling and stuff. It looks a lot like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So pretty cool. Really neat.
It's just awesome.
This
I
was
love
somebody's
it.
baby. They loved it. If they did use it, they took incredibly good care of it. So can't wait to get this one up and running and see what we can do with it. So I think that's about it on this one.
Awesome.
This is another example of a beautiful, awesome thrift store find. Again, we haven't cleaned it up or anything. It's a straight from the thrift store. But either it wasn't used or it was used and it was loved and it was somebody's baby. But just look at this thing. This is absolutely awesome. I saw this and was like, okay, well, that's coming home with us for sure. And I think it was only like $19, $18 or something. It was
it's in great shape too.
Yeah, and again, I think that all of the stuff, works on it. It's all just really, really cool. Now, it's called a Dressmaker, and I was kind of under the impression, I don't know where I got the idea, but I thought maybe Dressmaker was made by Singer. But what did you find out?
I really didn't find out anything about the Dressmaker machines online.
Scarce, huh?
They're very scarce.
Okay.
I did find a couple things that said that possibly Singer made the Dressmaker. So
Yeah.
I don't
know why I have that stuck in my mind, but a couple of things that maybe clue me in. And please, if you guys in the comments, let us know. Have you got one of these? Do you know the history? I'd love to know kind of where to start looking. But the things that I see is that I'm pretty sure that this footprint of this bed is the same as a Singer, like 7 by 14.5 or whatever. And the hinges, I think, are 9 3/4 apart, which I think is a Singer standard. And then also it has this two-tone kind of what they call the elbow, the light brown, off-white color scheme that we have on the Singer 301,
the
401A.
401A.
Seems like that. And you know what else? I'm just now remembering. Remember that old, what was that, a Fashion Mate?
Mate.
Wasn't that a Singer as well?
It is, yes.
And we haven't shown that on video because we brought it home and it was in really rough shape.
That's just going to be a parts machine.
I tried working on it and it just fell apart. But didn't it have the same?
That is the same.
The same dial push button situation where it just.
It looks a lot
when I tried to
like
work on
that.
it, that's what broke. This thing kind
Exactly.
of shattered into pieces when I tried to play with it.
Yeah.
That makes me think this is a Singer. So anyway, really cool, very, very neat. Everything on this thing seems to function and work. Everything feels really good. It's in such good shape. This is really cool. I haven't seen this before. This is a zigzag, basic zigzag machine. I think that's about all it really accomplishes.
Yeah, I believe so.
And this is a stitch zigzag width selector. And you just do this to select how wide you want your zigzag, which is pretty standard, right? But you notice that this lever up here, it doesn't move when it's over there. But if you bring it over to here, which I guess would be off, this would be straight stitch.
Right.
You can manually zigzag? I mean, is that what we're doing here?
Yeah. So apparently
Why?
you're stitching along with the straight stitch, and then you just quickly zigzag.
You're
real
like,
quick,
oh, look out, stat, give me a zigzag. And there you go.
and then back to straight stitch.
I don't know when you'd use that. But
I don't know
that's
either.
super cool, right? I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen that before, and that's what I really like is finding these machines that look totally different than anything we found. has unique features that someone thought was a good idea along the way, and they're in really good shape, and they're cheap, and they were somebody's baby, and they donated them, and we swoop them up. So really, really cool. This thing is in just such good shape. It's got a little light switch on the front, and this is free. It's a little sticky, so I'm sure it just needs some oil and some lubrication and some cleaning, but it all seems to be working and is in good shape and good order. What did we find out on the motor on this one?
It does have a sticker there on the top, and it is a 1.3 amp motor.
Wow, another powerful motor. So I think this era, like mid 60s era machines, were big on having big, powerful motors.
I think they were. Yeah, so, for sure.
I think that maybe as the build quality started to lack, like, they're not built like they were in the 30s, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe as they started getting built a little bit cheaper, maybe they were compensating with larger motors. Maybe the motors became cheaper to make. I don't know. But a 1.3 amp is very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's going on with this?
The clutch works really well. It disconnects and reconnects. What's going on with what?
With the pedal.
Oh, yeah. Geez, look at this. So it looks like somebody has replaced the cord on this with about 10 or 11 feet of, it looks like speaker wire to me, honestly. I'm not sure why you need 10 or 11 feet of that. Why are you 10 feet away from your sewing machine? How do you do that?
Really long legs, maybe.
Or really long arms.
Or
sure. Extremely long fingers, to be fair. Maybe all together you
need that kind of cord on there.
I will definitely take that apart and put something more a little appropriate on that.
Yeah.
So, in any case, that is our Dressmaker. If you guys have one of these, let us know.
Or if you have any information about the Dressmaker brand,
that'd be great.
That would be awesome. We just can't find a whole lot of info.
I bet it's a Singer, so prove me wrong. I'd love to hear it. Love to hear you guys' advice and your knowledge, because we've only been collecting sewing machines for a few months, so we don't know that much about it. We just like to pretend we do. So we just have fun doing it.
We just like them.
That's right. They're all awesome to us. So anyway, that's our Dressmaker. Okay, so the next one on our list is this absolutely beautiful Singer 301A. Now, if you watched a couple of our last videos, especially the top 5 vintage Singer machines video we did, we talked quite a bit about how we really wanted to acquire a Singer 301A. And as luck would have it, a week later, this Singer 301A appeared. And so we were very lucky to get it. We got a really good deal on it. Now, you went and got this one without me. Was this not it was a Facebook Marketplace find, right?
Yes,
So we usually go to thrift stores and get all of our machines. We really, really think that's important to save these things and bring them a second life. But as we're collecting, we're finding there is a short list of machines that we want to acquire and collect, and this was definitely one of them. So
for sure,
you found this on Facebook. What was the story with this?
It was part of an estate sale, a pre-estate sale, I guess. Okay. The owner of this machine had recently passed away, and they were emptying out the house and had this one listed on Marketplace. And oh boy, I just had to go look at it. As soon as I laid eyes on it, I was in love. So I bought it.
Okay, so here's the unfortunate part of this machine. Now, if you watch our last video about these, you will know that Stacy, she does a lot of sewing on the road, and our Singer 185 was her sewing machine on the road. But it's kind of heavy, and we talked quite in depth about how she wants a featherweight, and I really want a Singer 301A. Much like one of these, and because I kind of from research and stuff, I kind of know this is like a featherweight, but a little bigger and a little stronger, and it's still super light and has a handle, and but this is what I wanted. So when this came up, this was really a gift for me. It might have been around my birthday or something along those lines, and so she went and picked it up, and it was really David's new travel machine.
I did have intentions of this being your machine.
Right, but it's the funniest thing. Ever since it's arrived, it's been referred to as Stacy's machine.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I might have to get another one because I probably will never be allowed to sew on this one. I'm lucky to be handling it and playing with it right now.
You just be careful.
This is what I'm talking about. So anyway, all joking aside, this is an absolutely beautiful machine. It did not come with the little trapezoid case that they usually come with, but that's okay. We've got another bag that we can use for it and get it out on the road and use it on when we travel and so on the road. So this is absolutely in pristine condition. Again, how lucky we got. If it was used, it was very little, or it was extremely well taken care of. All of the knobs are there. Everything works really well. It is smooth as butter. We haven't done anything to it. You can't even hear it. One finger and you can rotate it around. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Has the flip up bed, easy access to the bobbin case, which I'm under the impression is the same as a featherweight.
It is.
So
yes.
it basically has the rotary hook in it. It has all the same technology as a featherweight. It's just a little more robust and maybe a couple pounds heavier.
And you can drop those feed dogs as well on this machine.
So you can free motion on it.
Yep.
That's really neat.
Yep.
So yeah, super impressive, super cool. We absolutely love it and can't wait to bang some projects out on it and take it places and just maybe one day I'll get one too. That'll be fun.
I'm sure you will.
Okay. I wouldn't mind a black one.
Black one would be
the
awesome.
elbow colors to match my other singers of the era.
And hopefully we can find a long bed as well. This is a short bed.
Where they come up even higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well,
we got our eyes out still for more of these.
Y'all have one of these? Do you love it? This is for not having done anything to it. This is quite a machine. Really excited. So that is our 301A. Okay, so next up we have this really interesting and cute little 3/4 machine that is a little different than the rest of them. This also came from a thrift store, but this one was a super deal, kind of one you just don't pass up just because it was so cheap. It does have problems, and the problems start with the fact that there's no badging. So this machine, I think, is a Japanese-made Deluxe. I don't know if that's the brand of the actual machine or not. This thing, for as small as it is a tank.
It is so heavy.
Yeah, it is. From the best I can tell, is that it has these threaded holes for screws. I think that you can put your own badge in here. Doesn't this suggest to you that it was like for department stores?
Exactly. Yeah, a Japanese badged machine made for a department store.
And it seems like it would have a sticker here as well, which might have come off. But
yeah.
For some reason, there's no badging left on it, so I don't know exactly what it is.
I'd like to find a badge for it. That would be really cool.
I'm not sure which. We could just pick our own store.
Just pick our own store and put a badge on it.
Why not?
We'll badge it
Maybe
ourselves.
We could 3D print one and make up a store.
There you go.
But the reason why I got it is because even if I never get this to run, which is likely because it's got problems, this would look cute as a button with a little box made for it and up on a shelf as a display. It's just absolutely adorable. I love the color. I love the size, and it shows just a piece of vintage history that our collection is less about having a bunch of high-end, internationally acclaimed collections of perfection machines, and more about everyday people. We're just normal people, but they happen to filling their house up with sewing machines. And this is like that. We have several like this that are just really cute.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make little boxes for them, and they'll all be displays. But if I can get it running, even better, right? But it's got issues that it's kind of, this wheel turns, and we did fire up the motor, and it does run. I think doesn't it have like a 1 amp motor is what it said?
It does, yes. For such a little machine, it's kind of a lot. Crazy.
But if you can see here, the foot is kind of going over here a few degrees. So I'm not exactly sure.
Doesn't seem right.
It is really super locked up. I don't know if it got dropped or what, but I haven't taken it apart yet to see. I'll get in here and see, is it bent, or is it just out of whack or rotation? But also, as far as what I like to do, is I like to tear them apart and see how they work and can I fix them. This is kind of one of those will it run video or machines. It may never work, but if it doesn't, it's still a cute machine to have in the collection.
Super cute.
So, but I'll give it a shot. I'll see if I can make it work. Otherwise, it'll just be one of our awesome little collectors. So that's our badgeless, nameless orphan, basically. So
there you go. Yep.
that's it. Okay, so next up on our list is this beautiful piece of history, and can you tell by the case what we've got here? That's right, we've got a Pfaff 360. Now, if you saw our probably last 3 videos, where we ooh and ah over our Pfaff 230, you know that we are very, very impressed with the Pfaff lineup.
Very.
Yeah, for sure. So fun, so well built, just a pleasure to play with and sew with. And I've heard from a lot of you people and other sewing enthusiasts that you love them too. So one thing that came up over and over again is that if we like the 230, we will love the 360. And wouldn't you know it, a week or 2 later, one popped up and we snagged it up. So before I take this lid off, I want to show you one of the coolest things about this machine is the case. It's a nice hard plastic, but you can open up both sides of the top of this thing, and you've got racks for bobbins and all your doodads, doodad feet, and tools and toy and tool storage. So you just don't see that every day.
It came with a lot of doodads too, didn't it?
Yeah, there's all kinds. We've got like 10 or 15 feet in here.
Awesome.
So, yeah, very, very cool. Love the doodads. That's my favorite part. And then it's supposed to lock, but anyway, that works out good. So anyway, here is our new Pfaff 360. Now, man, could not be more excited about these ones. Go both directions.
They go both ways. That's amazing.
I don't know why, but that's super important. Yeah. This machine is so cool because one of the things about the Pfaff 230 is so heavy. You need a crane to move the thing. This thing is super light. It's not as light as like the 301 Singer 301A, but it's like a lot more machine. This thing is so cool. It looks like it has a lot of the same features. We haven't played with it. We haven't even wiped it off.
It's so dirty. We
haven't played with it at all, but it's got a lot of the same knobs as our 230. So it's got the whole stitch selector gizmo and stack inside of here for all the different stitches, and it's just like maybe 5 or 10 years newer. Did you figure out what year this was made?
I believe that this might be a 1968 model. Pfaff does not have as an extensive serial number database as Singer does, so they're a little hard to date.
Okay.
But that's the closest I could get, 1968.
Okay, I was thinking like 63 or something like that, but okay, great. Yeah, either way, we're looking really good. It's a tabletop version. I haven't taken it out of this little base, but I'm assuming I can unscrew this base and get underneath and do all of the the maintenance on it and whatnot. But all the knobs seem to work really well. Again, somehow this thing either got used very little or was taken extremely good care of. It's just in really, really good shape. And the coolest thing about this is is this called a free arm?
Yes.
So you can do like pant legs and
pant
arms
legs,
and stuff.
shirt,
but
arms,
this thing
yes.
pops open, if I can figure it out. Up and in, right? So that's it then, right?
Up just a little bit more on the end.
Boom. Look at that.
Your end isn't quite in. There you go.
There you go. Sorry. New to this one. So now you've got a nice bed here. I think you close it down so that the lid will fit on it, I guess. But look at this thing. It looks like a suspension bridge to me. It does. And it's totally free. It seems to be completely smooth already. We haven't done a darn thing to it, but it seems like it's ready to sew. The way it feels and the way it sounds reminds me of the other Pfaff we have. That's just like, doesn't matter what you do to it, it's ready to go to work. Mm-hmm. I'm just so excited to give this thing a try. And it looks like somebody did put some use on this just because of all the little label maker tags on. Oh yeah, somebody did some reminders on the someone put a D and an E. So our other Pfaff has that ring decoder, the ring thingy that you twirl and you choose your selector. One of them didn't come with this, but I would assume there's one like it. I mean, I highly doubt that they use the same one for this. It's like 10 years newer. We'll figure it out. I'm sure there's something online we can download. But we'll have to decode how it does all of the different stitches and get it going. But I am absolutely just super excited. I bet this pops up just like the other one, right? Oh, look at that. comes right off. So easy. I love how they've designed this.
It's all nice and clean in there too.
It looks wonderful.
That's cool.
Yeah. Has the same ribbed belt. It only has a single, not a double like the other one, but it's got that same steel belted or whatever metal ribbed belt. So, so I can get this back in here. Look at that. First try, look at that.
Very good.
Everything works. Everything looks good. It's handsome and it's sturdy and it's beautiful and it's a Pfaff. So, very excited. We'll just put these. Here you go, guys. You can just hang out there. I'm just really excited about it. And this one I will definitely do a video on because this is going to be one of my favorite machines, I'm sure. And it's light enough and has the carrying case that if we both go do a Linus foundation quilt sew along, you can take the 301 and I can take this.
And I really did buy this one for you, so you can keep this one.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You are very welcome.
Yeah, but I get the next 301.
Okay.
Deal.
Deal.
All right. Cool. So
I get the next Pfaff.
Easy. Let's take it easy over there. Okay.
One machine at a time.
We're okay. All right. We'll take it one at a time. So anyway, that's our Pfaff 360, and can't wait to get going with it. Okay, so next up on our list is I think probably our newest machine, age-wise, that we've come across. This is what do we call this one?
This is a Singer Golden 750 Touch and Sew.
Touch and Sew, right. That's right. Now, we did not buy this machine. This was actually handed down to us from a family member. So it may not be as much of the era or the kind of machine that we would normally collect or put time and money into. But this one was part of the family. And so it has a special meaning to us. And in sewing machines, there's a value that's monetary and there's a value that's sentimental. And this one here is important because it was part of the family. So a very cool machine. It's I love them all, and I want to have examples of all eras in our collection. And this is a really nice looking machine. It's a nice example of the era. And what did you find out about it?
I know that the Golden 750s were made between 1970 and 75. I don't have an exact date or year on this particular machine, but it's a 70s machine for sure. Okay,
well that's fair enough.
Yep.
So we haven't been able to really do much with it because it's got some issues. Basically, when I got into it, I looked at it and the belt is peeling apart and delaminating like a banana. It's just peeling apart, and it's like skipped its timing. And I don't know that it's terribly difficult or expensive to put a new belt on, but from what I can tell, you got to take like the whole machine apart just to get to the belt. That's kind of what I was seeing when I was looking at it. So if you guys have information on this, let me know. Again, I know that these kind of get a what do people call them? Touch and throws? Touch and throw,
right? Yes.
Yeah, because it's probably got plastic gears, and it's kind of at the beginning of the era where the longevity of the machine wasn't the thing. It was more how economically can we mass produce them. Yeah. But we're in 2023 now, and this is still a really old machine. It's about as old as we are. So yeah, it actually is. If you could think back for the time when it was new, it was state of the art. I mean. This is a really state-of-the-art machine for the day. One of the things that I think was really interesting that I think I figured out was that there's no bobbin winder assembly. I'm pretty sure you wind the bobbin in place, and it has its own special bobbins with like little like lines on it to kind of show you how much string you have on them or whatever. So that's cutting edge. I mean, for the time, pretty neat.
Yeah, so, that's really cool.
Probably because it was a family member's, I probably will eventually one day tear apart and get replacement parts and replace all the plastic gears and the belt and see what we can do with it. But
it's in incredible shape.
I think it's beautiful
for its age. It's gorgeous.
And for our collection, not every machine we have is an awesome runner or a daily user. Some of them just look cool and is a good representation of an era.
It is, absolutely.
And that's what this one is.
Yep.
And it's in pretty good shape overall. It just needs to be.
It seems clean inside.
Run through and fixed up. It's a tabletop version, so you can. It's got feet on it, and you can run it on tabletop, or you can put hinges on it and drop it into a Singer table or cabinet. So really cool. Really happy we have it. One day we'll get her up and running, and we'll be proud of it at that time as well. So that is our Singer Touch and Sew. Okay, so next up on the line, we have got a 2-for-1 basically. We ran across both of these machines within about an hour of each other, believe it or not. We kind of make the rounds. We have, within an hour of our home, we have 6 thrift shops and 2 antique secondhand stores. And we've wanted these machines for a while. Stacy kind of has an affinity for these 3/4 size machines, and we came across these, and with literally the same day, brought them home, and now we have 2 of them. And so basically we've got 2 Singer 99s from 2 different eras. It's so cool. This one here is a little newer. What year was this one here made?
That's a 1949 model.
1949.
Yep.
So a little later. It kind of has this cool alligator skin looking pattern on the cover on the box, but of a more modern take on that.
And that one is also made in Great Britain.
Oh, this is a Britain model.
It's a Great Britain model.
Okay,
the other
neat.
one is from America.
Okay. And then this one is much older. Was this what year was this one?
That's a 1930 model.
1930. And so it has the bent wood case, and again, these are fresh from the thrift stores and antique shops. We haven't outdone. They're super dusty and dirty, but this one here has the key, and it has a knee lever hung up inside of it. That's the way it works. It doesn't have a foot pedal. You have to literally stick this metal knee lever in the side of this case on the tabletop and work it like that. And even better, has its own doodad box holder up inside the case. And you know, if you know me, you know the doodads are my favorite part. This is chock full of goodies, and you know, I love it. I love it when machines come with all the doodads. That tells you that you're getting all of someone's history and all of the love and the things that they bought for the machines. So amazingly, they're super similar. They both are nice and free. They both seem like they're going to work out really well. They are basically the same machine, but 19 years apart. This one here has got a little more of a antique vintage style light fixture, whereas that this one here has got kind of a you know, a later look. I would think they're both original, but I'm not exactly sure about that. They're super cute, and you have always had an affinity for the 3/4 machines. Right?
I have wanted a 99 for a very long time just because of the size. They're just super cute, and I really wanted one with the knee lever, so I was super happy that we found that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one came from a thrift store.
Yes.
And it was like $20.
Yeah.
This one came from an antique secondhand store, and it was more like $90.
Exactly.
So this is kind of like this is kind of the game, right? So you got to really want them. If you want them and you want to go to an antique shop, you're most likely going to pay a little more. But this is an example of, you know, get what you pay for. And if you want a bent wood case and you want the vintage, you know, you're going to pay a little more for it. So I'm just super happy that we have them. And what I'd like to do is do a dual revival type video on them, you know, like, because
that'd be fun.
You like the old-timey stuff and I like a little newer stuff, so maybe we can, you know, go head to head and tear them apart and get them maintained and revived, kind of, you know, and kind of compare, you know, was it worth the extra like $70 or $80 to buy this, or could we have just got away with this, you know, and maybe help people.
That sounds like fun.
Kind of educate people on our theory on how we acquire these machines, because you know, money doesn't grow on trees, and so it's a little bit harder to swallow a $100 machine than it is a $20 machine when they're the same. But anyway, that's it. We love them. They're really cool. Can't wait to you know, get them going and use them and just enjoy them. They're just super cute, and they already have their own boxes and cases, and they'll look, no matter what, they'll look good as a display in our collection. So you know, we envision one day, you know, instead of filling our small house with sewing machines, maybe one day we have like a sewing studio and we have a big wall, you know, with it's got, you know, shelves all along it, and there's just vintages and of sewing machines all lined. These will look super cute and something like that, you know, with a little lighting and all that kind of stuff. So couldn't pass these up. These are going to be great machines, and I can't wait to get them going. Okay, so this is our final machine of our little tour here today, and if you've made it this far in this video, then thank you very much for watching, and I really appreciate it. So this is my favorite kind of thrift store acquisition, and that's because I've never seen anything that looks like this. I've never seen the words that are written on it before. It's incredibly unique looking and very, very different. And I just love that about it. Now, the first thing is, what are we looking at here?
This is a Free-Westinghouse. It is a Type E, and I believe it's a 1944 model.
44. Now, to be clear, it wasn't free to us, right?
No, Free was the name of the machine manufacturer. Free. I think it was William Free, if I remember right.
Oh, so that was somebody's last name.
Somebody's last name, well, exactly.
That makes way more sense. Okay.
And then Westinghouse is the company that made the motor.
Right. If you see on the back here,
there's a
W right here.
Yeah, Westinghouse badge on the motor. And that is a 0.7 amp motor.
Okay.
And I just love the shape.
Did you get a year on this?
1944.
All right, so this is pretty old.
It's very old.
This is really cool. Look at this. Instead of having like the white machines that have the same kind of rubber tire drive on them that they kind of spring back and forth, this actually releases with a twisting spring. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Right?
Very different.
Very different, yeah. But it's got a Westinghouse motor, which is just like in a clamshell shape. I haven't seen anything like that before.
And it does have a decal, I believe, kind of the inside.
Here, little buddy, come on now.
It says, it's on the front actually. It says electrified by Westinghouse.
Okay, yeah, that's because it's a motor, right?
Yep.
Motor, that makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
Now, how would you describe this color?
I can't decide if it's brown or green. What do you think?
I get olive green, gold, with a hint of root beer.
I think that's a perfect description for that. It's very unique.
I mean, for sure. I've never seen anything like it before. I just absolutely love it. You surprised me from a road trip when you came home with this. So what was the deal? You went over to Oregon on vacation.
Yeah, I went to visit family in Oregon.
Right, and you decided to just stop in to see what a little small town thrift store would look like.
Exactly. I have to hit the thrift stores in that town. So, I stopped in this thrift store and I found this. It was in a cabinet, but I didn't have room to take a cabinet home, nor do we have room for more cabinets in our house at this point.
Yeah, you'll notice that none of these machines are in cabinets because we're trying hard to only bring home machines that don't have cabinets these days. We have
so many cabinets.
Yeah.
So I asked the lady, can I buy this machine without the cabinet? She said, absolutely. She ran to get me a screwdriver and we pulled it out and I brought it home.
And you got a deal on it because you didn't pay for the cabinet.
I did, yeah. I just made her a deal on the machine only and she accepted my offer. And
well, this makes sense because it's got a really short cable on it. And it's got a knee lever kind of built into the foot pedal. And it's not like it's an and or thing. It's riveted on. So this is a cabinet knee lever situation. So we'll either have to modify that or put it back into a cabinet. But I bet we can find a cabinet around the house.
Well, it's got a real... it does have a different size bed. It almost
looks like the same size and shape of like the old new home that we've got.
It kind of,
if that's a thing or not. But really cool, really neat. I don't know what kind of a quality machine it is because I don't know anything about it, but I love the vintage. I love the color. I love how unique it is.
It just looks cool.
It's plenty freed up, and we haven't done a darn thing to it. My hands are all dirty from playing with it. But I bet once we lubricate it up and give it some love, I bet it's going to be a soar. So
it might be.
Can't wait. That's going to be about it. So anyway, that's the last of our machines. We just love showing them off and bringing you guys along. Hit us up in the comments if you have anything that you want us to. If you want to teach us anything or give us some information on all these awesome machines, we'd love to hear from you guys. So until then, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, when it comes to sewing machines,
you can never have too many.
That's what I say. See you next time.